What if I told you one of the best food experiences in Los Angeles isn't in downtown LA or Santa Monica, it's right here in the San Fernando Valley. Today on Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley, we're taking you inside the 101 Night Market, one of the fastest growing night markets in Los Angeles, featuring viral food vendors, street food from all over the world, live entertainment, local small businesses, and flavors you won't find anywhere else in the valley. Whether you're searching for the best street food in Los Angeles, things to do in the San Fernando Valley, or the hottest food market near me, this place has quickly become a must-visit destination for food lovers. So grab your appetite because we're about to see if the 101 Night Market lives up to the hype. So today on Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley, we're in Lake Balboa at the 101 Street Market. Now we're at Sherman Way and Balboa, and you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, that's by the 405, not the 101. Well, this market actually originated in Woodland Hills right off the 101 freeway. They kept the name, here we are, and there's a lot of different viral foods that have been here at this market. So much to check out. We're gonna show a lot of it to you today, so let's get this episode started. All right, listen, so tell me about your business, because we're gonna get to it in a minute. You have one of the most unique cakes I think I've ever seen, but I think it's gonna cover almost what everybody wants. So first, tell me a little bit about your business.
Well, it's a family business. Do like the tres leches, the churro cheesecake, lotus biscoff tres leches, and fresh fruit gelatines.
And that's all really good. Just that alone, if we just stopped right there, that alone would be really good. But there's a lot more, isn't there?
Yes, there is a special one which is called Beso de Angel cake, which is a unique cake. It's 3-in-1, which is flan, tres leches cake, and chocolate cake.
How did you even come up with that idea?
Well, one night, I was craving something like, chocolate, and then I love flan, and I like tres leches. So I was just, thinking, why not? I mean, I've seen people doing it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And everything is, from scratch, and it's really good.
All right, I'm going to try this one. I know this is going to be good because these are 3 types of cake that I really like. So you got the chocolate cake right there, you got the tres leches, you got the flan. And by the way, look how it's all put together, right? It's not jiggling and all loose, right? It's able to stay intact. Just that alone is pretty cool. All right, let's, which one do you recommend I go with first?
I will say the tres leches. And after that, you got the flan and the chocolate cake.
All right, that makes sense because the chocolate one a little heavier. So let's get it right here. So here we got the tres leches. So good. If you like tres leches, I promise you, you are gonna love this. Because a lot of times these days, you can get tres leches at Costco, but it has that industrialized taste, which bugs everything out of me. It has that homemade feel, like you're visiting family. You can literally taste how this one was really made with so much love. And basically, like if you were visiting family, right, this is what you would get. All right, let's move on right here to the flan. But a lot of times when you eat flan, it's very soggy and just doesn't have a great consistency. But here, look, again, because you're looking at a situation where you're gonna have to be able to put a chocolate, the tres leches and flan all together as one piece of cake. So it's gonna have to have a little thicker consistency to it, but I really like it. And then finishing off here, last but not least, I cheated, got some chocolate cake because I really did like that flan. The perfect way to be able to finish it off. And by the way, maybe you share this with a family member or a friend, right? I don't know if I'm sharing this with anybody, right? Because it's so good. You think, maybe one person gets one of each. There's no way in the world I'm sharing this with my family. I hope my family's not watching, by the way. When you look at it from this perspective, it only looks like you got these mini taquitos here. But then you take it out, you got this full taquito right here. Dip this in a ton of guacamole, so you can get some other stuff on it too. I didn't really know what to expect on the exterior of this taquito. Yes, it's a taquito, so obviously you kind of know what the outside is going to be like. But a lot of times when you eat a taquito, it's just so crispy on the outside, or a lot of times it just kind of falls apart, the shell. So here, that's not the case. Now look, you see how I was just able to break it off right there? On the ends, it's very crispy. It's like just how you want it to be. But when you have the chicken inside here, you don't want it to be that crispy, right? You want to be able to enjoy the meat. And it's very tender, the juicy, the chicken. Perfect taquito. And then look at this. You got all this guacamole here. You got rice, you got beans. They even fried the jalapeno. So you have to let me know if you're actually brave enough to try this. But in the meantime, a little more guacamole. So when you come to a street market, yes, I know normally everybody first thinks about the food, but there's so many other great vendors too. And this is LMA Candles. So they have a whole ton of different scents. I think I may have actually tried to sniff all of them. So this is my personal favorite. This one has a guava smell to it, and I'm a massive fan of guava. So this is the one I'm gonna be buying today. But if you come to this market and you're looking for something a little different, not your typical candles that you might find, let's say like at a Bath and Body Works, something that's a little different, I highly recommend you check out LMA Candles. Well, the true sign of a great street market is being able to feature cuisines from all over the world. So now I'm going to be able to try some Thai food, some Thai noodles. All right, so what do you recommend for me?
I recommend the boat noodle is the signature for our restaurant, and the noodle is import from Thailand. Yeah.
All right, so what else is in it besides the noodle? In case, obviously the beef, in case people aren't familiar with it.
Beside the noodles, I recommend the meatball. Right?
And you can get a couple of different types of meat. You can get it beef or pork, right?
Pork and beef, we have to try for you.
Okay, and then what else is there? There's some vegetables in it also, right?
Yeah, the vegetable and the beef tendon in there, and the beef steamed beef.
So this is the boat noodle soup. So if you're not familiar from Thailand, right? So this is a very popular soup that you'll always find on the streets, and it always has a dark broth. Usually it's pork or beef. This one happens to have a beef stock. So then you have the noodles on there too. And I'm expecting this will probably have a rich and a lot of depth to it. It may not look like, it looks very simple, right? Something that you would easily just be buying on the street. And if you've ever been to Asia and had street food, this whole environment really brings you back to that. This is very traditional and very indicative of what you find in so many countries, not just Thailand. So I'm really curious to be able to try this. So we're gonna mix this all around. You can see the beef right here. And again, all these noodles right here at the bottom, like, they're not super thick. It's not a super heavy soup because you can take a look at these noodles right here. Look at that. They're not super heavy. They're very lightweight. Definitely you can have the flavor from the beef stock, basically adding so much flavor to the noodles themselves. And then you have all the vegetables here as well. Look at this large piece of beef right here. Look at this guy. Oh man. It's juicy and tender, and the beef stock just adds that much more flavor to the beef itself. Well, if you've ever been to Japan and you've been to a lot of their street markets, one thing that's very common and popular are these candied fruit skewers. So think of candy, and they're already sweet, right? Especially grape and strawberry. And then just imagine like a sugar coating or a candy coating on top. And once you break through this candy coating exterior right there, then you get that burst of the fruit flavor, the actual fruit, just like you would like if you were eating a strawberry or grape. All right, so this is their ribeye taco. Look at this. They have 3 purple corn tortillas as the base. Look at this station. How beautiful is this? You're gonna put a little bit of everything on it. You got a little bit of a pico de gallina on here, right? You have a little bit of onions, right? Gotta have some of the onions on here. Gotta have some cilantro, of course, right? If you're gonna be having tacos, and gotta be doing it right. And then the difficult part is you got to pick out what salsa that you want. They got a couple of mild salsas. And then I'm going to get their medium, which is good enough for me. Right here, put all that on. Kind of layer it on a little bit. Get a little more. And here we go. I have absolutely no idea how we're going to be able to pick this up. But we're going to try. We'll just see if we can get one bite here. This isn't going to be pretty, but I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. Here we go, ready? The softness, the freshness of the purple corn tortilla, and then the meat itself. It's got that juicy, smoky flavor to it. Everything that you would want in a ribeye on a grill like this. So I'm with Deborah from Debbie Dogs, and the big question is, what is a Debbie Dog?
All right, so a Debbie Dog is a Korean corn dog. So pretty much you can put all cheese, all meat, or half and half. What differentiates it from American corn dog is that it has a yeast batter instead.
And so what's the difference in that? So it's just the yeast that's different?
Right, exactly. It's just the yeast.
Okay, but maybe someone doesn't want a corn dog. You have a few other options on the menu. What's
Great
this
question.
big red ball that I see everybody with?
Yeah, so we have the mac and cheese hot Cheeto balls and then the bulldog spicy balls, and it has all cheese filling, good for cheese pulls.
And of course, since we're going with the Asian theme,
Right.
the Ramen Burger.
Oh.
So how do you make the Ramen Burger?
So pretty much the ramen burger. So instead of the bun, the bread bun, it's going to be ramen noodles. I put a little bit of cornstarch just to hold it up together. It gets a 1/4 pound meat, cheese, arugula, and homemade sauce, depending on what kind of ramen burger you get.
It all sounds so good. We're gonna have to try some of this.
Oh, definitely.
All right, the hot Cheetos Debbie Dog. Got the kick of the hot Cheetos. Look at all that melted cheese right there inside of that. Oh boy, I'm gonna do this again. About as messy as you would expect, and I have no problem with that. So this is the Ramen Burger. Man, it's hot. Oh boy. So you got all the ramen on top and on the bottom, holding this together. First bite, on top you got that ramen feel, right? Because obviously you got the ramen right here. And then immediately it goes into the burger with the melted cheese. And then as you dig deeper into that, then you can actually taste that homemade teriyaki sauce that Deborah was talking about. And it just goes from one different level to a next. It's not spicy at all, but it just is layered with so many different flavors. If you like ramen and you like burgers, then this is gonna be a winner. Got a little bit of fried chicken. So what are you gonna put on it? Of course, it's gotta be habanero on it. Now I like spice. I have no idea what I'm getting into. On the plus side, there's no steam coming out of my ears. This is very deceiving because the first thing you taste the sweetness of the honey, and then boom, there is the habanero right after that. It does not wait at all. It is immediate. But man, I would do it again in a heartbeat. So what did you think of the 101 Street Market? Have you been? And if you have, what's your favorite food to try? What's your favorite experience that you've been able to have? If you haven't, are you going to be coming to the 101 Street Market? And what are you looking forward to trying most? Let us know. And of course, as always, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, share. That is the most important. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of Eat, Live, Love, San Fernando Valley.